Big Bucks Productions, one moment please.
It's people who do damage, not chainsaws. I want everything. I want blood.
Band-aid on the festering wound of artwork.
Big Bucks Productions, one moment please.
I think the whole thing
all
says
over
Mike.
the place.
Yeah, his fingerprints are on it everywhere.
Yeah, I know you didn't read the contract, small print. Yes, yeah. Guts, blood. All my films have something to do with it. Maybe not specifically, but graphically.
Big Bucks Productions, one moment please. I'm going with a record.
It was necessary to make a movie like this to prove that, quote unquote, something like a chainsaw could be more than a destructive weapon. It had to be said, and it was, and it's been stated brilliantly, I might add, in this movie.
It's going to appeal to everybody. There's something in it for everybody. There's a little bit of violence, not an awful lot, but enough that it'll appease some segments of the population. The musical sequences, the dancing that was it's very well choreographed. That'll appeal to people. The light humor is going to work well with some, and I think some of the other sequences, which we really shouldn't talk about, maybe get people out there, I think they'll really enjoy as well.
I don't know, I guess it's the power behind them, you know, the way they just gash and tear at things, you know, it's so primitive of a thing, you know, it just rips and tears, and, you know, and the sound is really, you know, it gets the adrenaline flowing, it's so loud, just, your ears melt.
The plot fixes on a chainsaw, which magically, you know, changes hands many times during the movie. It's not just one person with a chainsaw going around hacking away at people. It's a bunch of people making a chainsaw come to life and have its own identity, even though it doesn't, in effect, come to life itself.
It's got a lot of the cast a little freaked out, too.
Scene 10, take 15.
And action. I come up without a screen, and there's only so much you can put in the face in half a second before the head's cut off.
Well, it's butchering it, you know. It's nothing like what I intended it to. You know, it was supposed to be a warm love story with, you know.
With more feeling.
There's absolutely no control in this. Like I said, they kicked me off the set. Right, you know, I showed up there on the set a few times with a few of my friends with, you know, some signs, right, and I think they're a bunch of communists, actually, just you know, trying to make me look bad. You know, it's really they're very, very disgusting people, very disgusting.
Well, first of all, we both read it, and we both yes, we both read his book, and we agreed that it was probably one of the most incredible pieces of nonsense we've written or read in years, but we enjoyed it. That's the kind of stuff that we write.
Bosley and Hacker were a unique team. It was hard to really communicate with them at times, and I found it a very interesting experience.
Well, we got a paper cutter and we took a copy of the book and we cut the spine off it, and then we threw the pages in the air, and then we took a black felt pen and we underlined the words that we wanted to keep, and basically discarded all the other words, and then we had to fill in the spaces in between the underlined words, and consequently our book resembles the other the original work by Molnar, only in that there are coincidentally a few of the same words in it.
So I've got a little bit of pride, but these jerks that are doing the movie, absolutely no pride at all. All they're after is money and fame, and that's not for me.
I thought the screenplay, when I got it, they'd mentioned something about throwing pieces of paper on the ground, and they brought it to me with a bunch of black marks all over it. And they had all of 10 pages. And I looked at it. I said, this is what you got out of a 500-page book? And they said, yes. And I said, okay. Do a little redraft and bring me back another 20 pages, and we'll talk movie then.